I have a whole chapter in the Dying Citizen where I wrote about it. And one of the things I noticed with the ACLU, which used to defend without qualification or exception free speech, and now it has training sessions on how to fight hate speech. In other words, speech that you don't agree with is hate speech. And so the left doesn't believe in free speech. It doesn't believe in the First Amendment. We know that because we saw that with the Hunter laptop, where they tried to suppress the free expression and discussion and evidence that that thing was completely authentic. We saw it with Anthony Fauci and the NIH, the National Institute for Allergies, Infectious Disease, CDC, the way the extremes they went to demonize and destroy the careers of doctors who said things like, don't think masks are going to stop the epidemic. You can't say that ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine in particular cases, in particular contexts, has some value. Well, it's not necessarily a dangerous drug. Can't say that. So that was the government, and it's the administrative state and the left that is against free speech. These are not liberal people of the 1960s. These are neurotic, dangerous clerks. And they believe in a message, a green message, a racial message, an ideological message, and no other message is allowed. That's what they believe in. They hate the First Amendment more than they hate the Second Amendment. They just don't believe it. They're not live and let live libertarians at all, believe me. And so that's what the whole scary thing about these logarithms and Google and Apple and Facebook and the old Twitter were about. They were using electronic rapidity to fortify their ability to suppress speech. They knew deep down inside that there wasn't some little Russian lab in the Kremlin where they took pictures of Hunter's laptop and they replicated on a 3D printer, and then they thought up all these messages, and then they photoshopped Hunter and put him next to a Ukrainian, and then came up with names like Tony Bobolinsky and made fake emails back and forth. And then they think, well, why not we have the word big guy? That sounds good. Oh, I like 10% better. Let's put that in there too. That's what we were asked to believe. We were not only asked to believe it, but our government paid Twitter to suppress any information that didn't believe it. That's who the left is. And when you lie like that, it just has an effect on people. Because they never apologize. I just wish that all these people at CNN or MSNBC said, we blew it on the laptop. We're so sorry, but we really didn't mean the collusion. We found out that was not true, and the pings at the bank also. And we kind of overdid it with the George Floyd when we walked out of the newsroom and said, hands up, don't shoot. We found out that never happened. We're apologizing. And Jussie Smollett, I know we idolized him for 3 or 4 days. He was a complete faker. We now admit that. We're sorry. But they don't do that. They never do. And they don't understand that people have collective memories and they remember it. And so they have contempt for them. They don't like them because they do that. And the number is growing. And as I said, they're starting to flex their muscles with these country songs or these boycotts or these TV shows or these dropouts where they don't go to certain things and they just don't want to hear it anymore. And they have nothing but contempt for them. And when they see Joe Biden at the beach, out in front of a home that he got through ill-gotten, basically bribes, and somebody asked him, got a comment about Hawaii? No comment. I'm on my beach. I don't care if their beach is in cinders. He doesn't care, Joe Biden. He's just a construct. He's not even a president. He's just a figurehead. He's not even a figurehead. He's just a paper cutout, cardboard cutout. Like you go to the supermarket and you see some full-sized local celebrity that's cut out of paper hawking something. That's Joe Biden. It's the Obamas, it's Bernie Sanders, it's the squad. They're running the country. They'd like him that way. They want him to run for re-election. He's a facsimile. He's a surrogate. He's an avatar. He doesn't really exist. He can't do the job. He doesn't know where he is. When he finishes, he can't finish a sentence. He slurs. It's the most miraculous thing I've ever seen. And they're just telling us that he's got a great presidency, he's dynamic, he's vital. No other president could be so busy and resilient as Joe. It's not true. I don't know how we're going to deal with it, but so far we haven't had a national crisis. Because if we have a national crisis with, say, Russia over Ukraine or Iran over its bomb, I don't know who's running the country. I don't know who's going to negotiate for us. Anthony Blinken, the guy that cooked up the 50 intelligence authorities swearing the laptop was Russian dissident, he's going to negotiate for us, or Jake Sullivan that was knee deep in the Hillary Clinton GPS fraud. So we're in bad shape right now, and I hope we can get to this election very quickly.